Welcome to the mountainside. So, people have commented on how easy we make it look to move our fencing. Um, I think it's easy looking because of the prepping and the pre work that we do. So, one of the things I like to do, especially when moving the fence myself, is I will go through and I will loosen all the posts in the ground so that when I'm walking by, I don't have to fight with it to get it out. So, I think that is, even with two people, if you can do it, I think that's a major help. And it really doesn't add any more time. Oh, sometimes our ground just gets so hard. It makes it pretty tough. You know, when you're doing this with one person, you don't want to be trying to hold fencing in one arm, trying to pull the other post out. Yeah, too many roosters. Undo the quick clips, untie the fence, pick up a post, arm through the fence, hold the post, grab the next one, keep it up high enough so you're not tripping over it. Then just pick and place as you're going. Oh, that was interesting. Oh, the pig got zapped. Little pig just tested the electric fence. I don't know if you heard that. But honestly, the best way to figure out how to do fencing, this is the Premier One fencing, the best way to figure out how to do it is to just do it. Figure out what works for you, what doesn't. So I know I've tried, one person moves through the woods and failed many times. So now we're going to take this piece of fence to the other side of the ram pen. Okay, now what I'm going to do, that was a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I'm just going to lay the pieces out, because this is actually going to be a two fence move due to the length of fence that I'm dealing with. See, just like that, it got tangled too. Yeah, maybe that doesn't help. Not really sure how it got so tangled, to be honest with you. I did a better job than this. But I guess not. No. I'm still not quite sure what's going on there. Well, folks, there you have it. I mean, it's not as easy as it looks. Arms get tired. Can't do it any longer. There we go. I can still come back and fix that. Annie, stay out the way. Now let's see what this mess is over here. Figure out what happened. Annie, no. Okay. Don't listen. That's there. That's here. I'm not entirely sure how that all happened, but it's all right. It happens. Not a big deal. Well, don't want to get worked up over the small stuff, you know? Come on. Annie's about a year old. Still a puppy. Need to work on her training more. She likes chasing bugs and bees and flies and wood bees. I think the wood bees are her favorite. I don't think she ever catches any though. So I'm setting this fence up because our 2-year-old rams, our breeder rams, Claude and Clark, are done working in this woods over here behind me. They were here most of the winter. Now they're up a little more on the knoll because we don't have flat ground. But I don't want them here in a spot more than 2 days because it's end of March. Spring is upon us. Grass is starting to grow. I want them to help promote grass growth, not destroy everything we're trying to grow. So there's 100 feet of fence set up. As you can see, the boys know what's going to happen. They know when we start doing stuff like this, it's time to move. But that's the house. So we're going to start moving that way. Let me go get the other piece of fence. You getting anything? So it's the end of March. It's a nice sunny day. I think forecast calling for upper 70s, almost 80 degrees here in western North Carolina. And the long range forecast for the end of next week, like Thursday, is actually calling for snow. I guess who knows what's going to happen. Thunderstorms on Tuesday. Rain, what they're calling for. Temperatures drop Tuesday, Wednesday. Snow on Thursday. So this is the other style of fence that we have. It's lighter because there's half these posts. But just because it's lighter doesn't mean it's easier to work with. At least for me. Now if I was able to walk backwards by myself and do this, that wouldn't happen. But I haven't figured that out yet. So what I found is not only do you need to grab the post, you also need to pick up about halfway through the fence net section, so this is not dragging on the ground all the time. And tripping you. Okay. Let's do our fence math and take it to the other side. You know, with the weather patterns the way they've been lately, it's like rain, wind, rain, wind. Now with our terrain, it makes it difficult to get anything extra done. So I haven't been getting a lot of time in the woods to do some land clearing. Because if it's rainy, it's too slippery. And then it just turns to mud, which is too slippery. And then it gets super windy. So it's not like I could even bring my phone out, my tripod, record anything, because slippery, windy, rainy conditions aren't very suitable for my filming setup. You know, that's not the reason we're not doing the work, obviously, because we're getting some of the work done, but I can't necessarily record it while I'm doing it. because everything will get ruined. But like I said, we got a nice sunny day today, so calm winds. Not a lot of traffic overhead either. So let's see what the weather patterns do for us this time. So I've got that corner set up. That's where we're actually going to move the rams from the pen they're in to where they're going to. That's why I put the gate closures right next to each other. But I'll tie that fence off down there, put this end up, finish the move. Sometimes we have to twist and untwist our posts because of our different setups and places. What's going on with this? Inside. There you go. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing. Whew. All right. So that's a nice fence line right there. It doesn't take too long, especially when you're in an open area like this. Oh, we're getting too old. But now, shut the fence off for the pen that they're in, and shimmy them over. That's a good boy. You know, I do love to see the natural order of things as they happen. So this is where we just took the fence down. We moved the rams from that spot 2 days ago. And now our chickens that work and are not lazy are actually in here starting to scratch it up, moving some of that manure around, looking for bugs, moving a little bit of the hay around. That's the way it's supposed to work, folks. So now we got the fence shut off. And we're going to move down to the other end. See, they know where they're going. Come down here, disconnect the fence. Let's see if I can find a place to put you. Hold on. Hey, oops. Strike two. There we go. Okay, so we have new fence, old fence. See, they both have the openings. Make this a little bit easier for the boys. What are you doing? What are you doing, Amy? Huh? You want to go inside? Huh? Easy. No. No. You got to go slow, remember? Slow. We're trying to teach her. Annie. Slow. Hey, Clark. It's okay. Come on, buddy. Come on, sheep. Come on, Clark. Annie. Slow. That's interesting. Sit. Nope, that's not going to work. Annie, come here. Come here. Out. You're going to sit. 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 Annie. Thank you. Stay. Ready, buddies? Come on. Come on, sheep, sheep. Annie, no. Not exactly textbook, but it worked. Like I said, Annie's still a puppy. Oh. So, and she's got a blue heeler mix with her Australian Shepherd. So she gets a little excited. Broken string. So now let's make this connection. Clip our clips. Tie our string. Nothing fancy. Let's go to the other side. Happy boy's eating green grass right there. And there's some wind. Maybe I spoke too soon. I know yesterday we were under a burn advisory because of the winds and the dry creations being created. Pay no attention to that plane up there, you know, leaving that long old trail behind it. Nothing to see there. Yeah, I believe that one too. Well, I guess if you don't spend a lot of time outside, you don't see a lot of things that happen outside, and you don't notice the changes. Since 2020, I've been spending a lot of time outside. See a lot of changes. You know, even before that, from 2018 to 2020, I was still outside a lot. But changes over the last few years, you know, with the flight patterns and weather, crazy weather changes, these big winds. That's all new. Okay, what else do we got to move? We have the Energizer to move, bowl for feed, bowl for minerals, water bowl. All right, let's get her done. Just realized another challenge that we're going to have with this. Water. And that challenge is because the spigot on the house froze this last winter, again and broke. So I disconnected the line because I was thinking I was going to do something else when I hooked it back up. I know how to fix it, know how to put on the new line, but I don't know if I want a spigot attached to the house. So honestly, that seems like it's more trouble than it's worth. Or if I just want to add a hydrant to the corner of the porch and do something like that instead. Almost lost you. Goes that wind again. They're not going to be here long enough to catch any rain in one of our spots. So that's not an option. Because with the ewes and the babies, we've been using that. Now, one thing I do try to do with the energizers, not only do I want them in a good sunny location, I want them in a good convenient location too. You know, and it doesn't necessarily have to be where the fences connect. It's one of the great things about these Premier One fences and energizers. Stick it somewhere nice in the sun. I'll show you what I'm doing. Sorry about my janky system. So east to west, south, north, basic directions. So I have my energizer here. Because 9 out of 10 times when visiting the rams, I'm going to be visiting from about 20 feet to my right. So we use the ground that they supply from Premier One. And honestly, what we found is if you just connect the fence to the wire, that works too. So I'm going to turn that on, get my tester, and be right back. Decided to grab the scrub brush while I was out there too. This is the Premier One digital tester that we got with the unit as the starter kit. I mean, you could stick it in the ground and test it. You could also, what we usually do is just stick it right to the grounding rod, to the fence. 9.3 volts, 9.5 volts, 10.1 volts. So I think that'll do. One thing we did find is that we don't worry too much about it grounding out with higher grass or tree limbs or anything like that. We really haven't had that issue. I mean, we could get a fence going through the woods, higher grass on a tree, and still get a 9.5 to 10 volt reading. So take that for what it's worth. Now I got to clean the water. What I think I'm gonna do, oh, there's that wind. Sorry, folks. Oh, let's see if I could try a little on my tractor, I guess. See if you'll stay there. Okay, let's see. Hopefully I'll stay up. But got a hose on the well house. Let's see if that'll reach. Hang on tight. That wind. Hello, hello. Let's try it and see if it works. Go from there. We just might get there from here. Might have to move the water, but not bad. Put the water down here, clean it out. Should be just fine. All right. So quick little scrub. Scrub and rinse. As you can see, I moved the water down to the corner. My hose almost reaches all the way. There you have it. That's a successful ram move using 200 feet of Premier One fencing on a sunny March Saturday. Y'all have a good one now. Take care. Looks like the wind got you again. Sorry about that.